Right, good morning everybody. It's Connie from Uniterm Direct in Johannesburg. I hope everyone's having an awesome morning so far. Obviously I just want to thank you guys for joining the very first Reyee Masterclass demonstration video. So today I just want to chat, as per the meeting heading, just about the AI Artificial Intelligence heat map. I'm not too sure if any of you guys are familiar at all yet with the AI heat map. Hopefully, if you guys aren't, I'll get to show you something perhaps that you haven't seen before. And then for those of you who obviously have seen it, it's obviously quite a cool opportunity just to maybe check and see what all entails to do with the AI artificial or intelligence heat mapping. So yeah, let's get started. So first off, obviously you guys just want to create a free Reyee account. Obviously, once you guys have done that, it's pretty much the startup screen that you'll be prompted to, in which case it's a pretty simple move on from there. You'll see the AI heat map pretty well listed on the top of the screen, so we'll go ahead and click that. Alright, so it shows you an entire drop-down list of what items they offer. So in this scenario, I'm just going to be doing a very small home office demonstration. So pretty much what you would need for a small office install. I suppose a really cool feature from Reyee is that once you choose these specific items, it enables installers as well as end users to perhaps present it to their customers as well and say, right, listen, these are the specific items chosen. You know, this is a demonstration, obviously, and it shows you that the Wi-Fi coverage is more than sufficient for the install, obviously. Then that just secures the sale for your business. Right, so let's go ahead and get started. So we'll start off with a small switch. I think a small office, we can probably start with the ES218 GCP. So that's a 16 port gigabit switch with 2 SFP uplink ports. So let's go ahead and click add. Okay. So I think that should be more than sufficient in terms of switches for this demonstration. So we'll go ahead and go through to routers. Right. So next item I'm going to add is the RGEG105GWX. So the GWX is a brand new on the market unit from Reyee. It's an innovative unit that obviously hit the market now with Wi-Fi 6. So it's got all your gateway capabilities as well as inbuilt Wi-Fi obviously for connectivity. So it's an all-in-one business router in that sense. So before we actually touch on that, I'm just going to show you a little bit more about that router as well. So there you have it. Right, so as mentioned, the Wi-Fi 6, it's an AX3000 model, so decent in terms of wireless coverage. You've got 5 external antennas, so decent for coverage there too. It obviously offers a full array of Reyee mesh capabilities, and you've got 4 load balancing ports as well, so it's interchangeable, which is quite cool. You'll obviously get your VPN settings, like I said, so it is a gateway router as well. So you've got full gateway capabilities on this model, and of course your free cloud management. So we'll just go through a bit of the specs there as well. So let's jump through to the bandwidth allocation and bandwidth management, obviously. So all available on the unit itself, and if you were to go down to hardware basics, let's go over there. There you go. There's your port. So as mentioned, 5 gigabit Ethernet ports, 1 fixed WAN and 1 fixed LAN. And there's your 3 interchangeable or switchable LAN and WAN ports with a single USB 3 port as well. So I just want to show you guys something as well. All right. Perfect. So if you have a look at this one over here, so the recommended maximum clients, you've got a total client list in terms of your concurrent or custom maximum clients, that is, you've got about 180. So it's a significant jump from the initial gateway router, which is like the EG105, whether it be PoE version or just the standard non-PoE. At the same time, your recommended ISP bandwidth is also quite a jump there from, I think it was about 600 megs. I'll show you that now actually as well. So it goes through to 1.2 gigs, so quite a decent speed jump there. So if you were to go here, for example, let me show you this. We can go like this. That was the old model there that I was mentioning now. So this is the old EG105G, the V2. So difference on this model, obviously, as I mentioned, you don't get wireless capabilities in this. It's just your gateway router as mentioned, and this was your recommended bandwidth. So 600 megs, and your concurrent users you have. Let's quickly find that. Okay, there you go. All right, so it's set to 100. So a significant jump, obviously, on this model here. At the same time, with wireless speeds enabled, you've got wireless AX 3000, so Wi-Fi 6, top of the range in terms of coverage and speed. So a real decent model there for an all-in-one business router, so definitely something to consider and check out for your business. All right, so back to heat mapping. I think let's get back to this. So we're going to add one of the EG105 GWXs to our list as well. So let's go ahead and add one. Then we're going to go through to the wireless. There you go. So we're going to choose a really cost-effective gigabit access point. So it's actually listed as a hot item, obviously one of the top purchasing models here at Uniterm. So let's go ahead and add that. We can add, for argument's sake, 2 of those. So you can see, obviously, it tells you that the total selected amount is 2. So we've got 2 of the Wi-Fi 5 models there as well. Of course, you can change this to whatever model you feel you want to present to your customer, or even, like I said, for end users, for yourself, if you want to go and see what you prefer and how this fares, obviously, for your install. So if you wanted to do obviously Wi-Fi 6 models, by all means, there's your Wi-Fi 6. They've got the whole range available there for you. Alright, then what I'm going to go and do is click on one of my products list over there at the top. So once you click on the My Products, this is a Hikvision camera, so this isn't listed on Reyee's website, so this is quite a cool feature that you have, I suppose, where you can actually add items to your specific list. So for example, if you wanted to now go and add cameras to this list, you'll be able to do so. It just shows you there, what kind of coverage you're looking at, obviously using a specific camera. So if you were to go and add it, you're going to go and click here. It says add product, just to give you an idea. So then you can select your product photo, and then you can go and choose, so product model, the brand, then obviously going to go and choose your switch. Is it home Wi-Fi related? Is it an NVR, RP cameras, so on and so forth. So in this case, obviously, I've chosen an RP camera, in which case I'd gone and chosen the specific code and formats and what type of camera it was. Basically, all of that information was available just on the net. So I downloaded all of that and just made sure I could add everything that I needed to my product list, obviously, which is the Hikvision camera that I'd said I'd chosen. So we're just going to go back to product details. There's the model that I mentioned. So let's go ahead and add, say, 3 of these. All right. So all in all, there's your items, obviously, that are listed as chosen. We chose 3 cameras. We've got 2 ceiling mount access points. We've got your all-in-one multi-VLAN and load balancing router. And we've got that 18 port with 16 port PoE switch as well. So if we go to add placement map, you go to the bottom right hand side and add placement map. All right, let's go and give this a name. So let's call this small office. Right, and the scenario to choose, we're going to choose it as office, and then your BOM description, we can say demo, for example. I'll okay that. Alright, so before I go and add a floor plan as well, I just want to show you guys another pretty cool feature too. Here's your product list that we obviously just went through. So if I just go and click on product lists as well, this is a really cool for costing purposes and things like that. So if you're an installer, obviously, and you know that you've got a customer on your side that's gone and said, listen, are you able to quote me perhaps with what would be the best recommended products for your situation or your install? So you can go and add whichever items you've chosen, and you can go and add in your costs as well. You can go and set a specific cost price. So for example, and it's exports including costs. So if I were to add that in, I'll show you the whole export function just now. That's when we save everything as final. So you can go put in your cost price, your unit price. You can change all of that. Obviously, all the pricing is available on our website, so you can just give us a call and just keep that pricing updated for your customers in terms of quoting purposes and things like that. So let's get back to it. So we're going to go back to our product list. All right, so here we go. Upload a floor plan. So if you've got a specific floor plan that your customer, even like I said, as an end user, if you have a floor plan of your office or household or whatever the case may be, you can go ahead and upload the file directly to the site. So I just simply downloaded one off of Google, so it was a small work office floor plan. So we're going to go ahead and add that. Let me just wait for it to load. Here we go. So a real basic small office, and we'll call this office, let's just quickly go here, we'll call this demo. We'll click OK on that. Alright, so there you go. So basically your small office plan that you've just obviously gotten and downloaded. I suppose another really cool feature too, although it might not be exactly to spec, is that you can go on like Paint, for example, or whatever the case may be, and you can actually go and design a floor plan if you have the specific dimensions as well. So if you go and save it, then as a simple PNG or JPEG format or whatever the case is, you can then go and upload that as well. So you don't necessarily need a specific floor plan. You can go and design it yourself and just simply add it. In this case, obviously, I downloaded one just from the net. So let's go ahead and show what happens if we click by length. Right. So click to draw a line segment, then enter its actual length. So this is where we're going to start identifying walls. So I'll just go from the top corner here and just click, and we'll take it down to about there. So there we go. Okay, so the actual length we'll input at say 8 meters for argument's sake, and the floor height of about 3 meters is fine. So the wall recognition you'll keep on, because this is obviously going to recognize and identify the walls in that specific floor plan. So we'll just click OK on that and then watch as it generates. There you go. So that's your demo floor plan available. So I'm going to go ahead and just start moving a few things around. So as you can see, it's obviously just detected the wall. So now if I just in the center of the floor here, this access point's obviously being closest to the side of the room, you're not going to have any coverage here. So the red obviously being the poorest signal and green being the best. So we're going to now start shifting some things around. So from what I can see, this seems to be the small reception area. So let's go ahead and place the Wi-Fi 6 router that we mentioned, the all-in-one business router. So we'll go and add that there. And I think the PoE switch we can put there as well. There you go. Now we're going to go through to our access points. I think we've got a boardroom here, quite a decent sized boardroom at that. So let's go and add an AP on the ceiling of that boardroom. Okay, so we've got exactly one access point left. So for argument's sake, we'll put in this one over here, and we can see this office over here has got pretty much no coverage at all. So that's, I suppose, a cool design tool here now where you can see exactly what you need to add or perhaps subtract. So in this case, we'll go back to our list over here on the right hand side, and we'll choose a cost-effective gigabit AP, which was the 2200E. You can see there, so we obviously chose 2 initially, so we'll go and add a third. There we go. So you zoom in. Let's go and add this one inside here. Alright. So coverage wise, pretty decent there with that basic setup. These are the cameras that I spoke to you about as well. So let's go ahead and place the cameras. So this seems to be the doorway over here. So if we go and place a camera, say in the corner over here, and grab our second camera, and we go and place it in that corner over there. And the third camera we'll go and place in the boardroom in the corner right there. Right, so this is a really cool feature. So you can't really see what kind of coverage you're looking at. So you can go towards the top right hand section. You've got your 2.4 gigahertz signal simulation as well as your 5 gigahertz. Obviously the 5 gigahertz being stronger in terms of speed, so the throughput is a bit better. And the 2.4 gigahertz obviously being the slightly stronger band, you'll see the signal is a little bit better on that 2.4 gigahertz band as well. So if you were to go and click camera simulation, I'll show you exactly what this does. So now you have the cameras that you'd set. This is obviously your beam width. So you can actually go and change that by angling it. So just on that simple little green line over there, you can go and adjust it. So I think let's keep it towards the center of the office. I think let's go and change from the boardroom. We'll go and change this one around as well. Let's get that towards the door. And we'll change our third one as well towards the door. There you go. So that's basically your camera coverage as well. So a pretty well lit up coverage. So you've got basically the entire reception area in view. So more than sufficient for security purposes. And like I mentioned, if you want to go back and see the 2.4 gigahertz coverage, you can go and click on here. And the 5 gigahertz simulation as well, you simply click on there. So there's your options that you have. Then if we were to choose topology view, this is just basically the items that you've chosen in your virtual topology. Obviously does the sequence as well. So it goes from your router through to your switch and then through to your end products being the access points and the cameras. So I actually had a pretty decent question asked some time back as well, as if like what happens if you got this exact situation now for this install and you've got say a second floor that you'd need as well, and would you be able to add a second floor? So you most definitely can, in which case you just click add floor and you can obviously upload the second floor plan as well. So in the case where, for example, you've got your first floor much like this, and you've got a second floor upstairs that you just want to go and add. Let's say it was a small warehouse upstairs or storage room upstairs, whatever the case is. You obviously can't see based on the first floor what the coverage will be upstairs. That's obviously where you'd need to, I suppose, by trial and error, just have a look and see what kind of coverage you get from installing on the first floor if you do get anything upstairs. If not, obviously just upload that second floor plan and then just add accordingly if you do need further access points or routers or extenders and so on and so forth. So a very cool feature there as well. Now let's say you've got, like I mentioned, as an installer, you want to go and promote this, a specific install to a customer where they've come to you and ask, listen, I need you to design a floor plan. Can you perhaps support this by showing that these items are going to work for my install? So a really cool function here now is in the very top right hand corner, you've got export. So let's go ahead and click export. We'll just wait for that to load. All right, here we are. So basically as an export view, these are all the checkboxes that you've got. This is what's going to be present in your final saved draft, in which case you can choose between Excel, PDF or Word formats. I'll show you that in a little bit later as well. Then we'll have a look at a little bit lower over here. This is your view by device. So for example, if you have all these devices listed, you don't want to show by floor. It's just all the items that you included for the demo. It's going to pick up here by the view by device, or you can obviously just choose by view by floor. So in which case I've only got the single floor available, but if you had two floors, it'll obviously just show you, which floor is which. In which case our floor, which was listed as demo office, you just say listed as, floor 1 and floor 2, and all the items will pick up per floor. So let's go back to view by device. So fully customizable, as I mentioned, so you can take out certain things if you need like company info included, obviously. So let's go ahead and scroll down to the topology and your placement design for the demo office. Okay, this was the heat map. So it basically shows you what you achieved with the specific install. So there's your access points and routers, and we'll go to the 5 gigahertz one as well. So that's your coverage expected on the 5 gigahertz band. And then there's your CCTV coverage. So you can see it's all split obviously quite nicely for you to present to your customer to show them. This is your estimated coverage and throughput obviously based on the items that you've chosen. It will go a little bit further down. We'll go through to company info, so it's another cool feature there too. So if you were to click edit, you can now go and put in your company name, contact person, contact details, as well as a company logo. So you can go and add that in as well if need be. And then once you've chosen everything that you would like to present on that final format, should I say, then you go and click here. So Excel, PDF, or Word. So let's choose PDF in this format, and we'll choose that like that. And we'll say save this locally. Another thing as well, before we click save locally, so this was the costing part of things that I mentioned a little bit earlier on in the video too. So by exporting the included cost value, so if I go ahead and click that, for example here, I'll just scroll across so I can show you. Let's do that. There you go. All right, so you remember obviously a little earlier on there were that field where you could go and chop and change specific pricing and things like that. This is where this will obviously show up. So if you'd like to for it to be included, for quoting purposes, you can obviously just add that in there. I don't have any quotes needed now, obviously. So there's no pricing included on this. So I'm just going to go ahead and tick that off. So yeah, another cool feature. So you can say, like I said, just add the pricing if you want. Obviously, just present it to your customer. Then pricing is all included. So let's go ahead and just save locally and show you what happens from there. Okay, there, it's loaded. So the BOM small office test, in which case we'll click to open that as a PDF. There you go. So that's your full demo that you've gotten done via the AI or artificial intelligence heat map via the Reyee website. So in which case, company name we left blank, contact person, as well as the phone call details that you can obviously just go in and add as mentioned. And we'll scroll a little bit lower over here. You've got features. This is what's all included in Reyee's options, obviously. So should you choose Reyee as your product of choice. So those are the various options there, and we'll just go through to product list. These are the items chosen for the demo. So we can see we obviously just got your two 200Es, which is the gigabit Wi-Fi 5 access points, the ceiling mount ones, quantity of 3. And a little bit lower, we've got the RG EG105 GWX, which is the all-in-one business router. So we just chose one of those for that demo. Then we've got your 18 port with 16 ports PoE switch. We've chosen just obviously one of those. And then the cameras that we mentioned as well, just so that we can add a CCTV to the demo as well. So we got all of that in the topology, so it's all listed in the specific or separated pages on the PDF format. So that was your topology, the virtual topology. And we'll scroll a little bit lower. And here we've got the placement design of the demo office and placement map. So this is basically your install that you're going to design, obviously, without any coverage as yet. This is just to show you what you've listed as the floor plan. And if we scroll a little bit lower, once the items are installed, that should be your theoretical Wi-Fi speed and coverage, obviously, in that specific area. So once again, on the 2.4 gigahertz, it's split again, so 2.4 and 5 gigahertz is viewable, obviously, as well. So a really cool feature there. You'll see the CCTV coverage, and we'll scroll a little bit lower, and there's your small office test, and with your company name, contact person, and phone details. So there you go. Just something small I thought I'd show the viewers out there. A really cool feature, like I say, in my opinion, is that you can offer to the public something like this. Obviously, it just makes life a little easier for installers and things like that. I suppose it also makes it a little bit easier to promote your install a little bit better too. And from an end user's point of view, it's obviously difficult in choosing the specific products on the market. I mean, there's so many to choose from, and what do you choose? So if you're interested, obviously, I do recommend going through Reyee's entire catalog. So if you are going to go through with it, by all means, hop on that AI heat map and go check and see, what products of choice could look at for your install. It'll obviously show you what you're looking at in terms of coverage, and just go ahead, design it, check and see what you're looking at. And as mentioned again, it's Connor here from Uniterm Direct. So if you want to get pricing, stock availability, or just general inquiries, just give us a call or pop into your nearest Uniterm Direct stores. We've got offices down in Cape Town, Durban, and in Joburg. So pop in, order online, give us a call, and we'll be sure to assist as best as possible. Cheers for now.